taking a nap in that interface for a minute. We miraculously drove from LA to San Francisco in one day in 101 degree heat, no air conditioning, and arrived on time. And we're here at Open Sauce, Pier 35 at San Francisco. Open Sauce is a new event. This is the first year that it's happened. It's a melding of makers and creators. So makers from the maker space, the maker community, the maker movement, and creators from the YouTube creator space. There's like battle bots and 3D printing stuff. They have 58 YouTube creators who are the who's who globally. Mark Rober, the Hacksmith, Colin Furs, just to name a few. So I'm like honored and thrilled to be part of this inaugural year of the event because I think it's going to blow up. I think it's going to really grow like crazy. Just tons of goodwill, positive spirit, and an amazing, cool community around it. So we're pumped. And here comes Will on his scooter. He gets to watch the offload. Open Sauce! We're doing a little boogie, gonna do a little wiggle for the crowds here at Open Sauce.
The most working mech suit in the world!
James, the Hacksmith from Kitchener, Ontario, Canada, and this is my second time piloting prosthesis. So it's just like riding a bicycle. I don't think this is comparable to anything. This is literal mech racing. Like, it's such a unique system where it's actually one-to-one control. When you think of like literally any vehicle out there, you're using a joystick, you're using a steering wheel, you're using a throttle. But literally this, you move your arm and you move the actual leg with it. They're almost like a anime Transformers kind of like, this is how it works.
My name is Jake Laser, based out of LA right now. I run a YouTube channel called J Laser Video, and I just drove that thing. It's like a robot King Kong you can sit inside of, you know? Like, it has like I heard it can like gallop, it can like go up on one leg, and it's like live Gundam, you know what I mean? Just like a huge robot you can pilot. I built like a jetpack I flew around. I've driven James, the Hacksmith power loader. That's probably the closest thing I've ever done to this. This was insane though. Nothing quite like the feel of actually moving your arms. You know, with like even a couple of minutes, felt like I was making progress.
Yeah. Pretty neat. It's pretty unique. Exoskeleton, so it picks up your inputs and it amplifies them, and that's all the machine does. You are literally part of a closed-loop control system. There's two controls. There's a switch to turn on the pump and a trigger to activate the controls, and the rest is just moving your body. It's very light touch, like it doesn't take much effort, and you start to affect your entire body. Of reference frame. It's pretty awesome.
So when it stands up, is it always on 4 legs, this thing? It never goes on to 2, does it?
Oh, it can do.
Yeah?
Yeah. It has, they're totally independent. So technically you go into 1 if you're on a steep enough hill.
Is it just 1 pump?
2 pumps.
2 pumps.
So you got, this cylinder is attached to a slave that's up in the hip.
Yeah.
So that when the hip swings, The ankle stays horizontal.
Oh, right. Oh, I get it. So, like, when it's up in the air, it matches whatever the hips do, but as soon as it goes down, if you move forward, this excess fluid pressure can then go into the red one and take up, and then as soon as it lifts up, it will straight itself back out again.
Well, I had enough training and practice with this thing that I actually tamed the beast.
Yeah.
And it was like mad.
It's like similar, I was talking about hover bike, do you know what I mean? You slowly started to feel little bits like, oh, that time I felt a little bit like that. It was even like weight distribution, like you sat on it, but if you pinched it with your knees, and like when you lean forward, rather than leaning with your arms, you kind of pulled back with your feet a little bit, so you kind of kept yourself straight, and then you kick back, and then it would move forward like that, and there's all these little things that you're like, that's a little bit better.
Right.
Sort of thing, but because if you're flopping all over the place, it was just going crazy, so then you were sort of like pivoting it around your knee and stuff, all these little things, which no one's ever going to teach you, because nobody knows.
No,
So you just need to, and I think some of it's luck that you'll get on it, and then you'll do something either wrong or sporadic, and then you'll nearly replay it back in your mind and think, oh, wait a minute, I sort of nearly felt something there, and then you get back in it again. Sometimes it just takes moving away from it for a day, coming back in again, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh, what's happened? Sort of thing. And it's like your brain like making these little...
It digests.
Yeah.
With practice, you develop like an economy of income.
Yeah, well, I mean, the better you get at something, the easier it looks as well.
But I'm stuck to get you in it, get your opinion, and let you try it out.
There's a ton of power here, and it's sensitive. Once you get into like an oscillation of it, it's jerking you, and then you're jerking the controls, and it's kind of going over the place. Sometimes you get into that flow state, then it feels good. Ian Hillier, I'm part of the Hacksmith team. It was my first time driving this mech, and it fantastic. The amount of power and the one-to-one kind of like control of the arms, it's never experienced anything like that. I expected it to be very hard, and it was very hard. I got a chance to try the Gravity Industries jet suit, so like kind of similar to that, where very little motions in your arms translates into a very large motion of the flying or limbs. Like I experienced with this one is you make a mistake and it jerks you, and then that jerk creates oscillation and like additional controls that just like throws you around. It's the same kind of thing with the jet suit, of a little motion kind of like throws you around and creates more motion for the jets.
What you're about to witness is the world's first fully operational human-controlled mech suit and the world's largest four-legged exoskeleton. We were in the Guinness Book in 2020. The goal of this machine is to create a new human experience. It has no automation whatsoever. This machine picks up my movements and amplifies them. Does anybody want to see it go? Is everyone ready to see some action? A journey to create a whole new sport and a whole new class of machine. We see a future where mechs are as common as ATVs. You have like sports and recreational mech, you go out for a rip in the bush, search and rescue mechs, construction mechs, you name it. The mech era is upon us.
Final wrap up Open Sauce 2023. Here we are, Pier 35. An amazing weekend, epic, massive success overall. Our team was insane. I signed 2 autographs.
I signed 1 on
Stoked some kids. You signed an autograph? What, like for some paperwork?
No, a kid came up to me and asked for my autograph.
Nice. Got to see the Hacksmith again. Finally got Jake Laser in there. Almost got Colin Furs in the machine. It was a great privilege to be here, and we're stoked to be part of the inception of what I think is going to be a big cultural movement. They sold 5,000 tickets and had a 10,000 person wait list. So next year's going to be monstrous.
It was the highlight of the weekend.
Shakedown Street.